Andrew, can you talk to me about building this relationship? You guys are siblings, and Elena, your character is obviously so complex and so dark. How did you build this relationship?
Well, that is the relationship, isn't it? It is the classic kind of Shakespearean familial, like brother sister kind of thing going on here. I don't know. Could it go tragic or could it go in a different direction? There's a lot going on, a lot to unpack. Great question. I feel like, again, in reading the comics and delving into that world of that mythology, I was like, okay, there's an arc here. We're gonna have to live up to this and make sure it comes off the page. Luckily, in meeting the wonderful cast that we have and Andrew playing my brother, like I did feel, and hopefully that shows on the screen, that there was a chemistry there, and I felt like his support. I felt like I just felt there were so many swirling emotions in the scenes that we have together, and that I felt from him. It excited me because I found layers that we were discovering in the moment that we were kind of expounding off of what was on the page. And that's the most exciting thing when for me, when you're acting out scenes, like when there's surprises, when there's discoveries made, and when it's from the other person kind of lifting up your game, and it's like, whoa, this is cool. I didn't even think of this scene in this way. And then you have a wonderful director too, kind of saying, challenging you, like, hey, why don't you try it this way, that way? Yeah. That's cool. Because yeah, this is a really important relationship in the show. And I do think, he's her older brother. They're both protective over one another. I think she feels like she sees him, she's trying to warn him, like, bro, stop it. You're not going to be able to live up to this ideal that's impossible to live up to. It's perfection. It does not exist. It's a symbol, and it's just going to destroy you. I'm already destroying myself. She's in a self-destructive kind of mode, and it's because she's just feeling so much pain, and she doesn't know, like, she's just navigating these different coping mechanisms. And kind of self-sabotaging herself, but she doesn't want her brother to go down that road. She's seeing how he's like trying to keep up with it. He's trying to keep up with it, and it's like, you don't fly too close to the sun. But it's a beautiful relationship. I just felt such support from him in those scenes, so it was a joy to get to have him as my bro.
No, I would echo sort of all of what Elena said. What's interesting about the real life relationship between us as well is that, as with Chloe and Brandon in the series, Chloe has much more experience in a lot of areas of life than Brandon does. Like, Elena's a much more experienced actor than I am, and to get to work off someone else's expertise like that, and then to have that coming into the scene was amazing, because this was my first big job. So to be working with actors of such a high caliber, and then have them raise your own game, as Chloe is trying to help Brandon, Elena helped me to raise my performance. So there's nice little bleeds from real life to the screen.
And another cool thing too is like how you can parallel, there's so much of like this thing of perfections and symbols of worship. I like to look at it through a mythological lens again. I'm a proud Greek girl, so I always go here, and I keep saying this because I just love the parallels. Like, I feel like Chloe is like the Artemis of the gods and goddesses. She doesn't want to marry. She wants to be a warrior huntress in the woods and wants to do her own thing against the status quo. I feel like Brandon is like who's the brother to Artemis? Anybody know in the mythology?
Apollo.
And
winged boots.
And then I finally settled on who I think Ian is, but Ian, you got to weigh in on this. I feel like he's a bit of Hephaestus, because Hephaestus is the god of masonry and like gadget building, like a blacksmith. Like, he's working with metals in the forge. I feel like that fits him well. I don't know, but you.
I thought the demigod Achilles, but whatever.
I was gonna say the god of mischief, Ian.